Hello, YouTube fam. This is Uncle Tim Reviews. I'm Uncle Tim. How you doing, Timsters? How you feeling? First of all, I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love, the support. Thank you for the positive energy that you provide for this channel. Thank you for joining the community. Thank you for just being yourself here. Because, again, this is judgment free. In saying that, fam, I just want to say also thank you again. I've been checking out ValaVerse for a while now, and I've been looking at some of the figures. I've been looking at some of, pricing, as far as like what they're going for on their particular website, what they're going for on eBay, Amazon, and fam, I've been looking. I said, hell, with ValaVerse, you do better not to even try to get that stuff off eBay. If you're going to do it, go straight to their website. But see, the thing is, a lot of the figures are sold out on their website. So see, that really stops a lot of stuff right there. You know what? One thing that really hyped ValaVerse up, and I'm going to just be honest, was the Sergeant Slaughter figure. Now, to me, it's an okay figure. The thing that I don't like about it is his face. I thought it could have looked more like the G.I. Joe Classic a little bit, even though this has nothing to do with G.I. Joe. I think writing him into the situation, or however they did for him to endorse this project, I thought it was a good idea. I don't know if he have anything to do with it. I didn't look that far, fam, and please do not quote me on none of that because I don't know. But fam, I was looking at some of the waves, right? They got wave 1, wave 2, and wave 3. So I looked at wave 3 first and I said, nope, I don't see anything in wave 3. I seen stuff in wave 1 and wave 2. So you have a Snake Eyes type figure. I think his name is Brigade. You have a Urban Swarm figure, with the Swarm pack if you buy it. You have a Duke type figure. Then you have a couple of other figures that you have a Ninja type figure. You have a Firefly type figure. See, the thing is, when I looked at the figures, then in wave 2, before I even go there, in wave 2, they had another Sergeant Slaughter. And I was looking at that. They had, like a Ranger type figure, and he, black guy, I don't mean to say it like that. But when I looked at it, fam, I said, wait, hold on. It seemed like these are like copies of the original. Whereas G.I. Joe Classified is like military grade type toy. This is like almost like a military standard. When you think of like military and toys and action figure, that's what you think of. And when I looked at ValaVerse, I said, man, it's like it's his lit brother or something. Like it's trying to be it, but it really doesn't understand how to carve out the niche for itself. They have awesome accessory packs as far as like gun packs and all of that stuff. It looks really cool. But see, the thing is, you go to the website, they got a lot of the figures that you don't want in stock. All the figures you want, they are out of stock. And see, that's how I looked at it. And, I was looking at the original Sergeant Slaughter, from wave 1. He was like $51.99. Then they had him down listed a little lower for like $31.99. I'm like, wait, what's that? Why are they two different prices? Then in wave 2, he $31.99, a different sculpt of him and everything like that. The sculpt form is pretty good, but I just don't like the face. A lot of the other characters to me seem a little generic. It's like they didn't develop them that well. It's like they like a cross between Centurions and, G.I. Joe and Star Wars. It seems like it's a lot going on there. And, the thing is, I'm going to say this. For a person who collects things, far as toys and things like that, you need to keep it simple for us. Keep it simple for collectors. We need something simple. Don't make it too complicated, because complicated, most of the time, do not sell because people don't comprehend what you're doing there. And you need to make it where people comprehend what you're trying to sell. Now I'm looking at the price of $31.99. Now you know G.I. Joe has went up, and he's going up to about $30 to $31.99. And you know, I'm sitting back thinking to myself, which figure would I rather have? Now, I would cherry pick some of the ValaVerse figures, you know, when they get back in stock. Now, you know, that's one thing. You know, when you're dealing with smaller companies, sometimes it's hard for the stuff to get in stock again. But, you know, I think the initial investment comes from the crowdsourcing and the people who initially done the pre-orders. You know, because the molds and all that stuff should be already made after that, right? Just my thoughts. I have no idea. You know, I haven't made a toy or did anything like that. What I'm trying to say is all of this should work. But for somehow, it seemed like the line is kind of off. You got 3 waves. The third wave, I just didn't see anything. The second wave, I seen like 2 or 3 figures. The first wave, I seen like 3 or 4. You know, and again, if you could get that many figures that people might like out of them, and see, these all look damn near like troop builders. I'm serious. They all look like troop builders. The only one that doesn't look like a troop builder is Sergeant Slaughter. And the claw grenader guy, you know, that looked like he was off the G.I. Joe versus Claw or something. You remember the guy that had the claw face? You know, they got one guy that looked like that. And I was like, you playing, right? Y'all went this far with this? like the Cobra villain nobody knew. You know, nobody wanted that Cobra villain. You know, that's the thing that I'm saying here, fam. Your line should be original. It should be something well thought out. And to me, a lot of times, a lot of people do a hodgepodge of some of everything and try to mix it together and say, oh, you know, since it's this series selling, this series selling, this series selling, we mix them all into one and it's gonna sell. That ain't how this works. Your figures gotta have some sort of backstory. This is why they pushing comic books and things like that. I get it. But again, I don't get it. See, again, some of this stuff is for collectors. You know, when you start talking $31.99, that's who you are pushing, you know, that product at. Collectors. You ain't pushing that at no damn kid. How many kids you a mama? Look, won't you just go and order me that $31.99 figure, mama? Hey, mom, while you at it, just do 3. 31. You know, mama, look, we under $100. She looking at you like, for 3 action figures, 100? No, we ain't doing that. No, Mr. Superman. No, Mr. Superman. They ain't doing that. And I can't blame them. See, my thing is, why is your price point the same as this price point? What's different about your figures that I would spend the same money that I would spend on these? These, you know, sometimes are in the store. You know, sometimes these are in the store. You know they are. Sometimes you may find you a Lady J, a Flint, a Cobra Commander. That's about it. And Snake Eye movie figures that nobody really wants, unless they go on sale for $1 a piece, like they did for a minute, and people were actually buying them there. But fam, you look at it. You gotta build your character up before you put them out. You know, I'm just confused at this point. You know, if you don't know, I'm gonna just flip off here and go somewhere with this. You know, what's that? Ramen Toys. You know, they brought out that Centurions, and one of the cats in the group that I'm in, he showed me a picture of it, and he was like, man, what you think of that? I said, man, for the price that cost, I think it was what, $280 for 3 figures? I said, that's too much money. See, this is not, I just don't see it. And see, this is the thing that I want everybody to see. When you start looking at these prices, you start cherry picking right in your mind. And when I looked at that ValaVerse stuff, if you are up and coming toy company, your prices shouldn't be already at the price of the damn competitors. This ain't what you doing. You shouldn't be. You should be starting out where McFarlane is at that price point. Not way. I'm gonna go way up, $31.99. No, man, look, I'm not looking for alternatives that I gotta order. If I can't find your figures in store, or I have to go to a specialty toy store, a hobby store, or a comic book shop to find Joe merchandise, fam, a lot of us don't got time for that. You know, I want ValaVerse to rethink their strategy here, their marketing strategy. You know, I found out from word of mouth. Where's the advertising at? I seen the Sergeant Slaughter somewhere, and that's how I found out about it. And that will be the whole reason to get anything ValaVerse for me. It's Sergeant Slaughter. That's what made me look at all the other figures and actually made me sit back and think about all this. Fam, this stuff gotta work for you. You just can't go in there saying, well, you know, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm known for, fam. We gonna get this going. No. When you spending that type of money on a small toy company, no, fam. Pricing. I understand everybody done went up in price, but damn, you don't start off high. You start off, you know, like in between, you know, McFarlane and G.I. Joe. You go in between those. Don't go, you know, you starting out at $31.99. You know, like, look, I'm going to be up there with them. This is the same product. No, it's not. Your product is not like the others. One thing is not like the other. I haven't heard of your product. You haven't proven yourself. You haven't showed me anything. You only got 3 waves. And most of the figures are not available. The good figures are not available. And that's just my point. Investing in your products to your shelves. Your online store, invest to get your products to your online store for you could have product available. You know, that pisses people off if they try to buy stuff off you and you ain't got it. And you are the actual distributor. What is really going on? You're the actually toy manufacturer and you're the distributor. Fam, you know what? They do have some quality figures, but I'll leave it up to you. Look, the pictures are in my community section. You can look at some of them and let me know what you think. I've been trying to understand what's going on with this particular line and trying to see if I could get off into it. I don't know. These are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know what was your interaction with ValaVerse. How was your experience? That's what I mean. How was your experience with them? What are the figures like? But to later, fam, thank you for watching. Peace out.